Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is another one with you with the ME Show, episode 4 of season 2, and we are absolutely excited to bring the show back to you once again. And tonight is gonna be a good one because we have a lot of exciting information to be sharing with you, and we want to start with gratitude. We are so grateful for you for giving us the opportunity every single week to share with you everything that we are doing and everything that we have learned thus far to build a network in 9 different countries and work with so many different incredible people. And if you haven't heard, as of recently, we have been added to the authors list and contributors to the network marketing magazine with I think 500,000 subscribers. So every single month you're going to be getting an article from us. How awesome is that? And that is absolutely 100% because of your greatness, because of who you are and what you represent for all of us. So we thank you and we appreciate you dearly. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Now, if this is your very first time joining in here, this is an infotainment show. So we talk about a lot of information when it comes to business. We also have a little bit of entertainment. We like to have fun. So we're going to be sharing with you a little bit of everything to give you the value that you are hoping to get out of this show. And tonight specifically, we are absolutely excited to be sharing with you not only a great topic that many of you need to be working on all the time, and I certainly do every single day, but also an opportunity for you to become that expert in your audience. Do you struggle with a situation where you realize, I cannot be like that top speaker that I'm watching all the time? I cannot articulate. Well, fear no more. The truth of the matter is, it is not your fault. You have not been taught. You have not been trained. And also the fun part that we're going to have is that we're going to be featuring you on the show today. So I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes maybe, educating on the topic itself. And then I want you in the comment box below, whether you are on Periscope, which, by the way, if you swipe to the left or to the right, or swipe up, depending on what device you have, you share that to help individuals to learn with you. And at the same time, if you tap the screen on Periscope, you're going to see those hearts. So give us some hearts. Let us know that we're giving you value as well. And also, for those of you who are on Facebook, thank you so much for sharing thus far. I will be sending you a special gift. One of you may be winning something very, very special. It has to do with LinkedIn. Shh, don't tell anybody. But give us some hearts. Let the world know that we are doing some great, phenomenal things and you can partake. All you have to do is comment, whether you're on Periscope or on Facebook Live. Comment, I have what it takes, and then we're going to call you right in this screen on your Facebook Messenger, whether it's just audio or video if you're ready for it, and we're going to give you the opportunity to share about your business. So all you have to do is comment in the video, I have what it takes, and you'll be our featured guest tonight. And guess what? 500 to 1,000, possibly 2,000 viewers that watch us every single week in every platform, wherever this video is going to end up, you get the exposure that you want. So why not share? And then obviously comment, I have what it takes. So let's go ahead and get right into it, shall we? So, the main thing that I want to educate about today, and remember, the rule of the 3 Ps. The rule of the 3 Ps. Passion, proficiency, and profitability. That's what should be created. That's what's going to allow you to be motivated every single day to have that audience and for you to sound as an expert. Because passion, that comes from within. It makes you such a firm believer. It makes you want to go the distance, not give up, not quit on not only yourself, but on your audience as well. Proficiency, you only become a professional by doing certain activities every single day. The more you are educating yourself, the more professional you become. So ask yourself a question, am I doing enough in my own education? And last but not least, profitability, right? You want to turn some of your audience into consumers, clients, customers, purchasers, representatives, whatever you are looking for in your business line, and you can 100% do that. So it all comes by giving first. You have to love people. You have to be passionate about giving. See, 98% of what we do is giveaways. Literally, 98% of what we do. Right now, this information I'm sharing with you, it could be a package, it could be a course, it could be a coaching opportunity for us, but we are giving it away because we live on abundance. We live on there is more to go around for everybody. So again, make sure you yourself are a go-giver, not a go-getter, right? Remember, a go-giver, not a go-getter. So let's talk about the 3 basics of becoming an expert in your field. So number 1 is do market research. You have, see, let me put it like, let me keep it 100, as I like to say. If I know more about your business than you yourself do, you have no value to add into my life. If I know more, and I get people that literally every hour of the day, hey Ali, have you heard about Bitcoin? Have you heard about this company? Have you heard about this product? And, I might not know it all fully, but I promise you, I will, before I respond, I will do immediately my research. Hey, I heard about it, but I'm not fully aware with all its components. Why don't we talk later on? I'd love to give you my feedback on it. My automatic response to all of the individuals that reach out to me is, yes, I'll take a look at your business. Not only for my own education, but out of respect and support for you. And you should do the same exact thing for anyone who reaches out to you out of respect and support to them. So make sure you do market research. In other words, who are the industry leaders in that space that you are in? Who are the industry leaders? When you talk about leadership, for example, who are leading the way? Who are leading the pack? I mean, are we talking about John C. Maxwell maybe? If that's who you think is the top or the cream of the crop, maybe that's who you should be following. You should be looking at. You should be evaluating. You should be logging into their website. You should be committed to their newsletter. You should be literally studying them. Because if that is what the niche that you want to go into, you should adopt and absorb all that information. That's part of your research, by the way. What messages are you not only getting from them, but what message are you putting forward to the masses? What does your message stand for? There are many people that are literally doing nothing but posting hateful things on social media all day, whether it's political, whether it's religious, whether it's sport right now that the NFL draft is happening and the NBA playoffs and all that kind of stuff. So what is the message that you're giving to the universe and you're giving to the masses? What does that say about you? How does that put you out there as an expert or as that guy or that woman who just always nags and brags and complains about everything that is happening in the world itself? What do they offer? Those individuals that you are following, what value are they adding into your life? See, the more you absorb, the more you're going to give. This is how I live. I study all day. I am literally watching videos. I'm in newsletters. I'm reading books. I'm listening to audiobooks. I'm talking to other people. I'm evaluating businesses for other people. I'm sharing my business with other people. And there's always that continual process that leads you to learn. See, there's the ILT concept. Invest, whether it's resources, money, on training, on seminars, on books, or time. That's a resource that you're investing as well. That's the most expensive resource too. Or whatever it is, right? An exchange of service for service. That investment that you're doing will allow you to learn, which is L. The more you are learning, you are going to have to recycle at some point and release the old information and bring in new ones so you stay relevant to the marketplace. So what do those individuals offer? And again, absorb, and you're going to pass it on. What do they deliver? How do they deliver their message? If you think of Les Brown, what do you think of? I'm hungry, right? If you think of John C. Maxwell, what do you think of? He's got that old school Texas Southern, funny leadership qualities about him. If you think about Jim Rohn, all these individuals, they all have a specific delivery system for themselves. Again, study it. Do your research. Adopt with someone that you connect with, someone that speaks to you to the heart, someone that you say, wow, that person resonates with me 100% of the time, and I will also do the same exact thing. What are the benefits and the promises that they are giving out? Again, do market research. The more you are studying how these individuals, see, most of our business lines, most of our offers, most of how we work with our private coaching clients, it was based on a coach that we've hired and how he's dealt with us. It was based on how individuals in the marketplace itself have developed a strategy, have developed an option that led them to understand that there is a better way of doing certain things. Now, immediately, as soon as that process itself, I gotta tell them, there's a little something going on right here. Hold on. You're gonna notice a difference in a second. You guys are going to be laughing. Oh, that is funny. So, this is a live show and anything goes, right? We always talk about this, and this is part of those funny stories. Let me tell you something you're literally going to appreciate. So, my wife and I, are literally like, she's behind the scenes, I'm in the front, right? And we always talk about this, like, I wonder what's going to happen today. And as this is happening right now, as we speak, my wife forgot to connect the microphones, and I love you. You're the best. This is a cute story. Everybody's going to appreciate it. My wife forgot to connect the lavalier mics. So as I am talking my butt off and telling you how everything is amazing and all this stuff, I know that you can't hear me, but probably there's a difference of quality of sound right now. So I hope that you are appreciating it, that she caught it. And, as she's sitting on the other side, she just started doing one of these. That was hilarious. I love you forever for that, sweetheart. Oh, man. Anyhow, so let's get back into our concept of what we were teaching. So, what benefits, again, do... Let's get back into our... Haha, live show. We got to test everything, right? What benefits do those speakers that you are watching, that you are evaluating, what do they give? Everything that we have done, we have learned from our coach. It was a system that he has delivered to us, and we adopted it, and then we passed it on into our audience as well. What are the topics they cover? I mean, every topic that my coach covers, he's made $1 million in like a week. So guess what? I'm going to adopt those topics. I'm going to put my own perspective on them, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, and obviously make sure that the price point that they're building, obviously that's for their audience. Understand and discipline your expectation that was over years. John C. Maxwell has been doing what he's doing for over 30 years, all right? So you can't be like, well, John C. Maxwell charges $50,000 for 1 hour, then I probably should do the same exact thing. No, you got to earn your stripes, slow your roll. I can't tell you how many complimentary coaching I do every single day, and I have done just to earn an organization's trust. I have companies that reach out and they say, hey, we were thinking about this and this. And I'm like, well, let me do it for free. And then you evaluate what my value does for your company. And then we give away a whole lot. Again, our concept, our philosophy from Mehdaoui Enterprise is 98%, we're giving it all away. There's people who say, I don't know if I can afford your coaching. I'm like, I didn't even tell you any pricing. 1. 2, just for you saying that, you're not ready. 3, my coaching is all available on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on Facebook, on our website. It is everywhere available to you right now. You can access it. You don't need me to coach you in order to get all that. So yet again, remember and keep in mind that it is extremely important for you to do market research. That is step number 1. Step number 2, perspective. Your vantage point, right? That view that you are looking at. See, I might say something that may connect with you, and there may be something that you won't connect with, but you can take that information and put your own spin on it, right? Or your point of view that you're not seeing from my end. In other words, you may say something that I don't agree with, and I might say, well, great topic. I think it's different. Let me put my own video about that very specific topic. It's going to contradict what you're talking about because it's my personal point of view, but nonetheless, I did take it absolutely 100% of the time. Now, also, you got to understand that vantage, that point of view, it happens over time. You're not going to be all of a sudden from never done videos, so all of a sudden I speak it all, that I understand it all. So you have to discipline, again, your expectations. You have to humble your mindset. And by the way, everybody that you are watching, whether you are on Periscope or on Facebook, just for sharing this video and commenting, I have what it takes, we will call you right away and give you an opportunity to share with the world why they should be in business with you. What do you have to offer? So if you have what it takes, the floor is all yours. Let us know. So anyone with a different perspective is an expert. Keep that in mind. Anyone with a different perspective is an expert. See, expertise is not knowing it all. Expertise is that you figured something out and now you're telling everybody else about it. It's a different point of view. It's your own perspective on things. It's your own expertise at whatever that topic, because you figured something out. If I break this glass and I figure out how to put it back together, I'm an expert because I figured it out. So identify what you have figured out. Identify what you have come up with. Identify what you are doing the right way for you to become the expert. You know, a friend that is watching right now, Orlando Salvedo, you know, he's an expert when it comes to honeybees. He has great videos on his social media platform. You should check him out. So that's an area of expertise that I'm not good at. So he should not compare myself to him or I to him, because I have no idea how to deal with bees. Matter of fact, I am scared to death to be around bees. So when I saw a couple of videos he sent me the other day, I was like, oh my God, he does not have gloves on and he's handling all these bees. I'm like, I will never in a million years. Now that's me. So that makes him an expert. That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to know it all. You just have to figure out what you just learned and put your perspective on it. So that's number 2, expertise. The third basic fundamental is value. This is where it all comes down to, folks. You don't have to be a top earner. You don't have to be a top earner. Some of you say, well, I have to be a top executive. I have to be a top earner. I have to be a 6-figure earner. I have to have it all figured out money-wise. If I'm not documented with money, I'm not an expert. That's wrong thinking. That's stinking thinking. What you need to do is not be a top earner. Rather, how much value can you give to the masses? How much more of yourself are you willing to give? How vulnerable, how real will you be? That is what an expert is all about. See, the more real, there's a video that is floating everywhere. Jimmy Kimmel, whether you like him or not, whether you have the same point of views or not, it's all over social media. Check him out. He did a video, his monologue that he normally does at the beginning of his late night show, and he dedicated it all to Children's Hospital, where he had his newborn son immediately 3 hours with a chance of dying. 3 hours after birth. I mean, my wife and I expecting our very first child, and I can only imagine that moment of fear. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I don't even want to imagine it. It's a scary thought just watching that video. And he broke down, as funny as he is. And all he did for 10 minutes gave gratitude, thanking the doctors. He named every single nurse. He named every single person that had something to do with him and his life's and his son's life and survival, with his wife, and the father-in-law, the mother-in-law, the sister, the aunt. I mean, everyone. For 10 minutes, he just gave gratitude. That video went viral overnight, like millions and millions of views. Never happened before. I mean, he usually gets, hundreds of thousands of views, but millions. Like one video was over 7 million, the people that watched it. And because it was real, it was vulnerable, it was genuine. It wasn't just an act. It wasn't just a script that he was reading. He was straight up breaking down, and telling the world how grateful he is for the people who have invested, in his child's life. So be real. Be genuine. Ask yourself this question. Do people relate to you? Do people relate to you? Now, some of us are going to be harsh on ourselves. Well, I don't know. Yes, they do. You're just not real enough. Sorry, might hurt your feelings. You're trying to be an act. You're trying to be someone you're not. You're trying to compare yourself. I used to do it too. Trust me. I used to be in a 96-degree weather wearing a suit and a tie so I can impress people who gave 2 damns about a suit and a tie. Now I'm like, I used to hide my tattoos. I'm like, people are going to judge me. They're not going to take me seriously. I'm not going to look like a professional. And then I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm me. No pun intended, right? But I am Ali Mehdaoui. I am myself. I love who I am. I don't have to be anyone for anybody. And those who relate, those are the qualified individuals in my life, as friends, as family, as clients, as colleagues, as associates, or whatever the case may be. So yet again, ask yourself a question. Do I relate to the people? Do I relate to you? Why would I bother in listening to you? Can you help those individuals who relate to you start whatever their hopeful, their dream, their ambition? Anybody, and for those of you who know me, you reach out, you send me an email, a message asking me anything, I never hold back. Yeah, here's what I would recommend, here's what I advise you, here's what I consult you, here's what you should do. I immediately go to your social media and say, you should do this, you should do this, you should do that, so on and so forth.
you gotta respect yourself. You gotta love yourself. You gotta appreciate yourself. It is a vibration that people feel. You know, people all the time tell me, like, why are you always so bubbly, happy, excited? It's not that I'm faking it. I love life. I love me. I love myself. I love everything. It's not conceited or cocky. I literally work hard to be kind to myself. And you got to do that, man. For you, for your own case. And unless you believe that you are good with what God has blessed you with, that you are perfect the way you are, with your flaws, with your issues, with your insecurities, no one is going to see the good in you. So appreciate who you are. I'll give you an example. If I called you tomorrow and I say, man, I'm having a horrible, horrible day. Life is incredibly bad. Things are not good enough. I don't know if I'm going to make it another week. You will give me the best advice. You will encourage me. You will get me to get up in life and do great things for myself and for my family, right? But then, when you feel like garbage, what do? You grab a pillow, you cry, you cripple. You say, I'm not good enough. You're mean to yourself. You're nasty to yourself. You can't be that way. I'm telling you over and over and over, you can't be that way. And I used to be that. I still struggle with it sometimes. I have my moments when I say, why me? It's just my recovery timing is much better than it was. I used to go days at a time. Now it's like 3-4 minutes later on, I'm back. I get mad just like everybody else. I am human just like everybody else. So these are, quick recap, passion, proficiency, and profitability. These are the three pieces that you got to focus on creating that expert, if you will. How do you do that? Do market research. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, study it. Be an expert at it by studying it, not knowing it all. The day you know it all is the day that you should never ever lead an organization or be the face of your company or product or service or anything, because no one likes to know it all. Secondly, perspective. Just put your own spin on it. Think, I hate using this example, but I got to. Think about whether it's a sports show or whether it's politician show or news cable or whatever the case may be. They usually have 2 or 3 people from different perspectives, right? Different views, opposite views usually. And this person says this perspective, this person says that perspective, and they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That is what makes the actual expert an expert. Although you look at him and you say, how the heck did they put this idiot on TV? How are they allowing him to speak and open his mouth, right? Well, guess what? He had a different perspective. He studied what he was talking about before coming on the show, and then he gave value to the audience who relates to him or her. You need to do that. Now, don't be an idiot. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is use that horrible example to create a good example for yourself with it, all right? Now, remember, from the very beginning, we said anyone who, A, shares, and B, comments on this video right now, whether you are on Periscope or whether you are on Facebook Live, I have what it takes. I'll personally call you and give you an opportunity just to share with us what project you're working on. What is your brand about? What do you do as an entrepreneur? And what would you like to see? I mean, just an opportunity to share your name a little bit, share your brand, give yourself that privilege to speak on behalf of your company and product. So I look forward. Hey, Orlando, I see you, my friend. Fantastic example. Orlando, we'd love to have you on the show, man. I don't know when you'll give me an opportunity to chat with you for a little bit, but if you have what it takes, I'm calling you out here. I'd love to give you a buzz and for you and I to just have a simple conversation about your passion, about the project you're working on. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just so we can chat a little bit. Hey, Sheila. Sheila, all the way from Missouri. How you doing? Who else do we have on? Give yourself a shout out. In the meanwhile, just remember, we are doing, because I know you guys have a delay, we are launching our new program this month. So last month of April, we focused on branding. And now in this specific month, we're going to be focusing on prospecting. So we're going to have 5 complimentary webinars this month. The first one is this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can register for that in workwithali.com/prospect. It is literally an hour and 15 minutes of incredible, valuable information that you will not get anywhere else. So I definitely would highly encourage you to register for that link. We can only have 25 people at a time, and I specifically do that because if we were to start doing business moving forward in the future, I can't work with everybody, so I have to limit limit, obviously, the amount of people that get on the actual webinar. Mr. Orlando said, you can call me anytime. All right, well, let's do that. We're going to give you a buzz on the messenger, no camera, just audio, to make it nice and simple for you, because I'm not sure if you are ready for the actual camera. Let's see, because I want you all to hear the story of this gentleman and everything that he stands for. Here we go. We're ready for you, Mr. Salvedo. Allow. We're calling. This is exciting. We've never called out of the show. We usually have a special guest. Is he going to answer? Is he? I'd love to hear your perspective. Hello? Can you hear us?
Hey, Ali.
Awesome! Look at that. We got the man, the myth, the legend. This is a surprise special guest, and as promised, we said we were going to feature one of you, and my man not only stepped up to the plate, but I am excited because I have never, ever, ever had someone in the show with the skill set and the talent. It scared the crap out of me when I saw his video. I was literally screaming every single move that you were making in that video. But I am really, really excited because I know not only it is your passion, but you can educate how relevant to our livelihood and our lives what you're passionate about. So first and foremost, Mr. Salvedo, just tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're calling from.
Well, my name's Orlando Salvato. I'm calling from Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. I do have a traditional day job. I'm a salesman for a test equipment company. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. After a lot of fantastic education from you, Ali, I have just officially started my own business, Future Operations. It's going to have several divisions. Right now, I have Future Farms, which is my beekeeping business.
Awesome.
That's what I'm up to right now. Yeah. So I think you saw my first video I posted the other day. It's of our installation of a couple new beehives. It's a lot of fun. Having a great time, Ali.
I can see that. So how does one develop passion for beehives and bees? I mean, can you walk me through, like, how does that even get developed as an emotion?
That's a really good question. I don't know if I've ever really given it a lot of thought. I'm glad you asked it, though, because I think I should. I know for my entire life I've been petrified of flying, stinging, biting insects. But I'm also very passionate about our environment and preserving our farmland and preserving things like the pollinators. So I started reading up on bees, and they really are fascinating creatures. I could talk for hours and hours about it. I know you don't have that kind of time today. But the more I learned, the more interested I got, the more passionate I became about learning. And it really was just a self-feeding cycle. And now I'm very well educated on bees. Like I said, I've got a couple beehives now. It's just a wonderful experience, Ali.
So how are bees relevant to the environment? Like, how does that relationship really start?
So, as we all know, the food chain begins on the microscopic level. It goes through animals and plants all the way up to us. And for us to survive, we need valid food sources, which all stem from agriculture. If we destroy the pollinators that are used to pollinate the plants that we eventually eat, even the farming industry with the steers, they're all eating grain and grass, and all that exists because we have pollinators. The tons of pesticides that we're spraying into the air every day are killing off these pollinators. We can't control what dies when we spray pesticides. So the more people learn that we need to stop doing that and start promoting healthy environments for these pollinators, the longer our environment will survive, and subsequently us as well.
That's incredible. And I'm a firm believer. I even consulted, as you know, for a couple of solar companies. I'm a firm believer in the phenomenon of global warming. What would be, just based on having you here, your message to those who don't necessarily believe that we have such a crisis as global warming?
I'm sorry, what was your first part of that question?
There are many people who are global warming deniers. They're saying there's no such thing. What would be your message for those individuals?
Stop listening to the mainstream media that is constantly promoting the rhetoric of the corporations that benefit from the things that are destroying the planet. That's the bottom line. The gas and oil industries are raping the planet, and they're polluting the environment, they're polluting the air, and people don't want to believe it because it's inconvenient to face that reality. There's really not a whole lot that anyone can do to change someone else's mind about that sort of thing. People have to come to that realization on their own. Sooner or later they'll see enough things, they'll be exposed to enough things that they'll start asking questions. But until they want to understand, there's no presenting the right piece of information for them. I think that goes in line with what you talk about with MLM. If people are not a believer, you've presented it to them, and you have to move on. And eventually, either they'll come back or they won't.
Do you think, as a solution to that issue specifically, if we were to, as a nation or globally, if there were CO2 taxation, do you think that would make a difference? Because now you're hitting the money of the big corporations as well, who are polluting.
I guess that's a possible solution. I think it's unrealistic. I mean, we can't get big corporations paying the taxes on the fingers now.
That is so true.
I think, right. I mean, you look at Indiana; they're trying to shut down the solar industry in Indiana. The governor there. I just read an article today about it because he says that the fossil fuel industry, will get more jobs. But the solar industry is producing 3 times as many jobs as the fossil fuel industry. So it's just backward thinking, and it really stems, I think, from a lot of the payola that comes out of these big corporations.
That's incredible. Well, do we expect a website that is in fruition, a location where the individuals can find your contribution to the mission itself with the beehives, or is that still in the works?
Yeah, well, I just put together a Facebook section dedicated specifically to that. I'm not done assembling it, making sure all the settings are correct, but that'll be up very soon. And when it is, you're the first person I'm calling, Ali.
And we would love to dedicate a whole episode to that announcement. So just let me know ahead of time. I'd love to feature you, and then we can even show to the masses a couple of screenshots beforehand on our screen, so they have an idea on how great of a work that you are doing. And we appreciate you for taking that initiative, by the way. Many people probably won't say that, but we truly do.
Well, I appreciate your time, Ali. Thank you for letting me speak today.
Pleasure's ours. And there you have it. Future Ops, who's leading the way with his beehives. And he just got an opportunity to share a little bit about his business, which we thank him so much for. And this is going to be shared all across all of our platforms. And just keep in mind, you don't have to be an expert at whatever it is that you want. I can guarantee you Mr. Salvetto was not an expert when it comes to bees, but he studied, and his passion grew, and his value became so much more attractive that individuals are now working with him, are evaluating him, saying, hey, this area, teach me more, just like I did with him right now. So I hope today's episode helped you out in a major way. And do us a favor, give us some hearts, give us some likes if this made sense to you. Make sure you share this video and audio, as there are many people out there who may be suffering in silence. And we will catch you yet again next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And hopefully you will be our special guest of the night, that we give you an opportunity to speak on your business and let the world world know why they should be doing business with you and listening to you. And don't forget, this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, our very first of our new series of webinars, Prospecting Mastery. You do not want to miss that. It's tens of thousands of dollars worth of information that we're giving away complimentary. To register for that, go to workwithali.com/prospect. That is workwithali.com/prospect. I'll look forward in about 3 to 4 days to our brand new website, which I can tell you right now, oh yeah, we're going all out. Thank you again for your time, and we'll be seeing you soon. Take care, everybody. Ali Mehdaoui, we are out. See you later, everybody.